So what do you do for water in an off-grid situation? Well, I'm in a flatland area, so I don't really have any type of spring or anything that I could tap into and gravity feed into the cabin. So what I did in the beginning here at the cabin is I built a water collection system. That's 2 barrels with a first flush diverter pipe next to it, which takes the first amount of water out before it dumps into the barrels. And I use that water collection to shower, to wash our hands, to do dishes, things like that. And we always hauled water for drinking purposes. Well, you know, after a while that kind of gets old. So I bit the bullet and spent some money, and I had a guy come down here and drill me a 4-inch well. Well, you know, well pumps and things like that are some of the most power draining things that you can have in an off-grid situation. So I found this company by the name of RPS Solar, and they make a solar well pump with a solar charging system and a solar control system. So we put the well in. That's just a standard 4-inch well like you'd put in for any well anywhere. And then down in the well is the RPS. It's basically a screw pump, a low voltage startup screw pump that works on DC power. So that DC power is generated by these 2 smaller panels on the left. That's 2 100-watt panels, 200 watts of power, each 12 volt, rigged up to a 24 volt system. So 12 plus 12, you get 24. And that power is controlled by this unit right here. So it's telling me it's powered up. It's telling me the tank is full right now. It'll tell me if there's low power or if the well water's low, if you put a well sensor in there, or different things. So those 2 panels go through this charge control to these 2 wires, and into this box here I have 2 12 volt deep cycle batteries wired to 24 volt. Well, what are they for? That's so that you can get water at night. It's just, you know, when there's no sun shining, this automatically transfers to the DC power from the batteries versus the DC power from the solar system. And this unit here also controls when to turn off and on the well pump. So, and then that water is pumped from that well to the cabin. So here's my storage tank for the solar well setup. It's just a regular old well troll storage tank. Everything about it is exactly the same as it would be with an AC system, except that this limit switch here is a DC limit switch made especially for DC power, because there's DC power coming in here on this. It's not AC power. And then this is just plumbed in. Here's the pipe coming in underground through the concrete and into the limit switch. The pressure right now, I've got 40, I think I got more than 40 pounds. A gauge I don't think is correct. And it just goes in, and then I have an off and on switch here like you would have anywhere. And then I put a drain here when I want to drain my system. I just open this up, open my sink valve and my shower valve up, and blow the system down if I'm not going to be here on an extended cold spell. And this box is completely insulated with 2-inch foam all the way around, and then I throw some loose insulation, which I haven't pulled down right now because it's not that time of year yet. I'll pull this down around the pipes and stuff as it gets even colder, you know, later in the season. So my regular cold water line from that pump that we just looked at goes right straight to the sink inside, and then I have a branch off of that now for a toilet because I put a flush toilet in also now that I have running water. Then I run the other line to the hot water, and all the water comes in on the hot side through this Camp Lux heater, which works for my shower and also works to heat the water when you turn the sink on, hot water on the sink on the inside of the house, the inside of the cabin. Then it goes through here and I have hot water at the sink on a simple Camp Lux. No electric, it uses 2D batteries as an igniter, and it's connected to a propane tank through this little cable right here. Simple as that. One of the easiest ways to get hot water off grid is with a system like this. It doesn't generate no electricity required whatsoever. So that's how I handle my water situation at the off-grid cabin. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but I choose to do it this way. It just seems to be the most bite the bullet, simple way to do it. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.